Hello? Hello, hello, hello. Okay, I think we're live. Greetings, people of the internet. This week, we are coming to you live from Los Angeles, from a hotel room. And it appears that my internet connection is working. It was a little touch and go at the beginning there, but I think we're good now. So, hello everyone. Welcome back to Synthesizer Sundays. If you're new here, I stream every Sunday evening, and I just patch my synth and play around and dork around. Super informal, don't always make something I love, but we have fun. And today is a big day because there's a lot of new modules in the rack. So we're gonna go on a little, that was my microphone. We're gonna go on a little tour here of the new modules. But first I'm unplugging all of this stuff because I like to start from scratch. Now let's see here. I can unplug that one, and that's everything. Everything else is just the microphone and my inputs and my outputs. And also, big day because we're using a new camera, and the angle is not so good here in this hotel room, but I'm very excited because I realized I could use my Insta360 as a webcam, and that's what you're seeing here. It's super wide angle, so it's gonna look even better at home, but it works. So, what do we have new in the rack? We have let's see if I can get close-ups here. So we have the Instro Harmonig, and that is a quantizer. And of course I already had a quantizer, but I wanted to get this one instead to replace it because it's much more musical in the sense that you give it one 1 volt per octave, or is it 10 volts per octave? I don't know, I can never remember. You give it one input and you get a chord output. And it's just like out of the box, more musical. It's hard to explain other than that, but you can just basically say, like, I want this mode, and you're allowed to play these root notes within that scale, and then it automatically creates chords that are musical within that and just sound good. Super cool. So then I realized I also needed a sequential switch, which is right here next to it, the Doepfer A151 sequential switch, and this allows us to create arpeggios because it's nice to change from chord to chord, but it's also nice to do arpeggios. So then we have some, also down here we have a Tip Top Audio BD808. So it's a 808 bass drum. Boom, boom, boom. And then we have some new 1U modules. Finally, it's the first 1U modules I've added to this skiff. So on the left, we have an attenuverter with 2 attenuverters. Then we have a VCA, because you can never have enough VCAs. And then we have this cool module from Shockmot called the Tessitura Taller, and it's just an octave changer, super simple. You put a voltage in, you turn the knob, and it sits an octave up, 2 octaves up, or 1 down, or 2 down. And that's it. I kind of went ham on Reverb last week, but I'm very excited about these new modules. Also, did a field trip today. Since I'm in Los Angeles, I went to Perfect Circuit in person, which was super cool. Shout out to Perfect Circuit. Super nice people, and they were really patient with all of my questions. really helped me out, and I appreciate it. So, what do we want to do tonight? I obviously want to use the new quantizer, and I want to make some arpeggios, and I was playing around with it a little bit already, just to familiarize myself, because the quantizer is actually, it's simple to use, but it, like many modules, has its quirks and sort of like hidden capabilities. Like currently, it is in the mode where you are selecting the mode that you are in, and I couldn't remember how to access the minor modes, and you do that by pressing the diatonic button. So these are all major modes, and these are all minor modes. And then you exit by pressing the transpose button. And anyway, yeah, so I did a little playing around with that. Anywho, why don't we just get started? Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to, well, unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, depending on your opinion, I'm not going to be able to talk too much tonight because I don't have a mic stand, so I just have to hold the mic in my hand, which is not convenient or comfortable, so I'm going to do a minimum of talking tonight, so I hope you enjoy the sounds, and of course, as per usual, it's going to start out rough, super rough, and it's going to sound like garbage for maybe 45 minutes to an hour, so hang in there, enjoy, and yeah, let's see what we can do. Oh wow, Twitch is saying my bitrate is excellent. That is wonderful. That is good to see. Anyway, well, I can talk for the time being. So, we need to input some kind of voltage to the quantizer. And see, this is the challenge with traveling. I don't have all of my modules with me, and I had to take some out of here to fit in the new ones. So I don't really have a good source of random voltage. So I don't know what to feed into the quantizer other than an LFO, which is, certainly not random. One thing we could do, actually, I'm curious. Well, first of all, how do we exit out of performance mode on the quantizer? Maybe it doesn't matter. I do like performance mode sometimes. First, let's pick a mode, and I want to look at the manual really quick to remember which is which. So, this is Aeolian. This is Locrian. This is Ionian, Dorian, Phrygian, Lydian, Super Locrian. I know I like Aeolian a lot, and Ionian's really cool too. Let's see, so that would be this one. So let's do Ionian. And you know what, let's, we'll keep it in performance mode, actually, because if we're doing arpeggios, that makes more sense anyway. So, I guess we gotta start somewhere. So let's just give it an LFO. And wait, I'm confused. If it's in performance mode, do I need to give it an input? Let's see if maybe in performance mode it just gives you the pitch without needing an input, because wouldn't that be the point of performance mode? Okay, whoa, why am I putting that in the mixer? Okay. Oh my goodness. mix, no, not mix out, we're gonna go out. Let's just see if we can get it working. There's our oscillator. And now let's plug into the 1 volt per octave. Yeah, you don't need an input. Performance mode, you're just picking what you're playing. Okay, now let's get our other... First, let's just play around with the chords, not with arpeggios. Ooh. That's rough. Oh, that's not plugged into the quantizer yet. First, yeah, we gotta tune our oscillators. What do you think? Is that in tune? Sounds like it to me. So, now, before, I'm going to plug in the quantizer to the oscillators before I turn them back on, because otherwise, that's too much dissonance. There's enough dissonance in this world. Okay. There we go. All right. Theoretically, we have a chord now. Wow, that's a chord. Let's play around with a different mode. Ooh, I like the sound of that. This is Aeolian. It's Aeolian mode. You know what? I think I am going to feed it an offset because I'm realizing I can't go any lower. That's for some reason, I guess maybe it considers that to be like middle C, and I can go higher, but I can't go lower without an input voltage. So that's fine. We'll still use performance mode, but we'll feed it a steady offset. And I believe my new attenuverter module likely sends an offset with nothing going into it. So let's see. Ooh. I guess it doesn't. I wonder about this new octave thing. Does that put it off anything? Nope. You gotta give it something. What if... No. Oh, hello, Mr. Bunny Pickles. Welcome. So we have a bunch of new modules, and we are playing right now with the Instro Harmonic Quantizer. Yay! Yeah, right now I'm trying to figure out how I can feed it some kind of steady voltage. I don't want to feed it like an LFO or anything. I still have a lot of stuff with me because I'm traveling, and yeah, I don't have any. It's a shame because I took out my other attenuverter, and that does output an offset voltage when there's nothing plugged into it, but my new attenuverter module apparently doesn't do that. So I guess I just gotta feed it an LFO if I want to do any. Oh, I know what I can do. I can put the LFO into my new attenuverter and then attenuate it all the way down so it doesn't move, and then I can use the new octave changer to make that low. That's crazy, but it will work. Here we go. Get rid of this modulation. Oh, but it's not going to change because we're in performance mode, right? So how do I turn off performance mode? Aha. There we go. That's why I wasn't doing it. So maybe this does feed an offset. That's fun. Okay. Let's see. No offset. Yeah. Okay. So let's feed it in LFO, make sure it's working. Oh, weird. Why? Why does it seem like it's not doing anything? I've got an LFO going in. And take some of the high end off of... Yeah, let's get that a little quieter. So, I have an LFO going right into the quantizer. Why isn't it moving around? I don't understand. Oh, there it goes. Oh. I had to adjust the attenuverter on the unit. Now let's attenuate that with our own attenuator. There we go. That's what I wanted. That could be nice for an arpeggio in between those two. Yeah, okay. Bing, bang, boom. Okay, let's arpeggiate this chord. Do. Thank you for the applause. So now I am plugging into my sequential switch, which for those not familiar is basically you plug a few signals in and then you get one output and then you can cycle between them. So that's how we make an arpeggio instead of playing a steady chord. So now we only have one thing going into the mixer. And it's not going to do anything until we feed it a trigger to tell it to proceed to the next note in the arpeggio. Which we will boom, boom, boom. Okay, now I can start using, I should use Pamela's new workout. And I learned recently, I was watching a tutorial video, that there is a reset function for each channel, which is super helpful because that's one of the few things I don't like about Pamela's new workout, just being this like menu divey thing. It's nice that it remembers its settings, but I'm the kind of person that likes to just like start from scratch every time, usually. I don't know why it sounds like it's skipping a note. Got 1, 2, 3. That's 2. Yeah, the third note is silent. Oh, it wasn't plugged in all the way. There we go. Nice. Now I wish I could do this in performance mode, but then I think I'm going to lose this octave range. Oh, maybe not. Oh, hell yeah! Awesome. Do you want this to be faster? video game. Envelope would be nice, so it's not just a steady thing going on. So we are going to split our clock that we're sending to the sequential switch so that we can also send that to our envelope generator to articulate. In a VCA. And then we come back out and back into the mixer. Weird. It's like it's oh, shoot, I split off the wrong thing. Yeah, that was silly. Okay. Right, so this needs to go into the VCA. And then that goes into the mixer, and dun 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 dun. That goes into the I/O. It's still not doing. Oh my gosh, I'm losing my mind. I did the same thing again. Oh goodness. There we go. Hell yeah. You know, it's funny, as much as I like doing generative kind of self-playing patches, so because of that, I've always been averse to the idea of having a sequencer. I'm realizing that this is one instance where it would be very handy to have one so that I could sequence the changing from this chord to this chord and to this chord. Because I don't want it to be, I want it to be unpredictable, but not completely unpredictable, because I don't want it to be like, for instance, something like, what do we have going into here? Oh yeah, I don't need to, something like that. Actually, that's kind of cool. Tron vibes. Yeah. It's like, you know, some minor arpeggios, and it's very quickly like Tron or Stranger Things, you know. Ooh, I actually kind of love that. And so now that it's not in performance mode, it's kind of changing chords all on its own, and I can choose which chords it can and can't play. I'm going to go into performance mode to decide though, so it's like this one. Oh cool, it's changing octaves. So that, here let's attenuate this. So this. I like those three. No. No. Okay, I like that. Okay. See, this is where it would be helpful if I actually had knowledge of, like, the notes on the piano, because I can't remember. Okay, those three. So that, and then that one. I don't know if you can hear it, but there's this weird thing I've noticed with this quantizer where it will sometimes like rapidly flicker between notes, and you get this like almost like a little bit of noise when it like oscillates between the two notes really fast. You can almost see the lights blink. And it's kind of weird because it's like, isn't that what a quantizer is supposed to avoid? Like, I don't know. Because it's just an LFO, so shouldn't it just be averaging and not like being like, wah! I don't know. I'm sure it's user error. I don't mind it terribly though. I want to add a filter. So we're gonna go out of the VCA and into our humpback filter. And I need a longer cable. Low pass. And I want to control the cutoff with our same control voltage. Do I need to feed it an envelope if I want it to be like not? It's just like opening and closing it. I think, can you? Yeah, I think you can feed an envelope as a CV, right? Yeah, that's what it is. That's like the whole point. It's just like for a VCA. Cool. How is the stream connection? Is it like buffering constantly and dropping, or is it like solid? Solid as a rock. Cool. Good to know. I can just stream from my phone. Obviously we need some reverb, which we're going to send as an effect send. And slow it down. Chat is a bit delayed, but the video and audio is great. Yeah, I think chat's always delayed on Twitch. Also, I don't know if you're on your phone, but that's like a classic Twitch meme. Like, mobile chatters are always like 2 hours behind. That was a bit much. Yikes, that is way too loud. Yeah, we don't want that. This one's a reverb. We need to use this new bass drum, and for that we're going to use, what do we have here? So 114 BPM, and our notes are times 4, so I think that's 16th notes, and our fourth output is times 1. Yeah, perfect. That's what we want. we're getting that sloppy, like, glissando. It's almost like what I was talking about before with, like, the glitch between notes where you can, like, see the lights flickering on the quantizer, and it's interesting. Whoa, that drum is way too hot in the mix. Going in the red. I'm such a basic bitch. Now that I have a 4 on the floor, I'm like, I need my hi-hat, I need my clap. I think I want to get the full 808 tip-top set. They make like a, I think they make like a snare, clap, hi-hat. Yeah, what is with that weird slop? Oh, right, I have my best on this Icarus altar. I could do some kind of like hi-hat. Oh, God, I'm such a sucker for arpeggios. I'm so glad I got this quantizer. Sick. This is day 1. This is the first time using this quantizer, really. And the sequential switch. Ooh. This is neat. I was waiting to see how you can achieve polyphony. How many notes are you able to play at the same time with the setup? Well, as many as you want, really, because that's really just dictated by how many voices you have. So currently I have it's kind of complicated. I have 3 oscillators. So this, those white sliders there, those are part of my main like oscillator unit. It's called Trika. That's an intro module, and it's 3 voltage controlled oscillators. So in terms of just like traditional oscillators, that's all I have. But I've got my 808 bass drum you hear right now. I've got the Bassimilus Icarus altar, which is another sound. And, you know, you wouldn't think of a drum module as like notes, but it has a 1 volt per octave input, so you could control it like an oscillator. In fact, why don't we try that? I'm not using the 7th of the chord because the quantizer puts out a 4 note chord, the root, the 3rd, the 5th, and the 7th. So I could use the BIA as the 4th note on the chord, although I think the issue there is going to be tuning. I don't know if I could tune it with the other oscillators, but we could certainly try. Also, I only just ended a trigger. Yeah, I don't want to do that. I'm gonna set it up as a hi-hat. But yeah, so like you could consider another voice. Then also my filter, you can, not all filters, but most filters can self-resonate. So you can almost use those as another oscillator. Like, so if I turn the resonance all the way up on this, there we go. So you can hear, it's basically like an oscillator now, because it's self-oscillating. So it's a filter, it's not an oscillator, but you can theoretically use it as a voice. So, and then There's also the Instro R-bar, which is a granular synthesis module, which again, it's not an oscillator, but it does have 1 volt per octave. So theoretically, you could devise something where it's playing notes. So that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 theoretical sound sources. But again, some of those would be difficult to tune to be in the same key. Not key, but you need the same starting reference point for them to, the chord to be in tune. Yeah. And then I also just ordered the, I forget what it's called. The plates, the Mutable Instruments plates, which is an oscillator module. So, yeah. So polyphony is really just dictated by like, how many voices do you have, and do you have a mixer that's big enough to bring all of that sound together? And I've always been really into real-time, like live performative mixing stuff, which like not everyone is, but that's really my jam. So I have this giant mixer. This isn't really normal, like most people wouldn't have a huge ass mixer like this in their modular. But if you're performing, it's really handy. So I can mix in 6 different signals and send out 3 different aux sends in stereo, so super useful to bring in a lot of different voices. But where were we? Let's get this hi-hat going. There's our trigger. Already I can tell it's not fast enough, but let's just get it into the mix. I have no idea what this is going to sound like. Let's get it nice and low so it doesn't break our eardrums. Okay, so we want it 2 times. No, 4 times? Oh, whoops, that was the kick drum, not the hi-hat or snare or whatever it is that we're calling it. There we go. That's kind of cool. It's like a little buzzy. Where did reverb go? Oh, there it is. The reverb, I really need to get a dedicated reverb module. I mean, at home, I could go out to like a reverb pedal, but really the only thing I have here is the built-in reverb on the granular synthesis module, and it's like, it's very all or nothing. It's either like super wet or... Oh no, that's all I needed to do. Also, fun fact, what we're doing is not polyphony because we're arpeggiating. That is technically monophonic. But we don't have to arpeggiate, that's just what we're doing. So it's capable of polyphony, that's just not what we're doing right now. And it really wants like a snare on the downbeat. I'm out of sounds though. Well, I think that about does it for this evening. Thanks everyone for tuning in. And I'll see you next Sunday.